Hey everyone, what's going on? Welcome back to a new YouTube video. Hopefully you guys are all doing well. Today we're diving into some websites. I thought it'd be really fun to make a video critiquing some of your guys' websites. I published a tweet yesterday, and I got over 100 replies. Obviously I don't have the time to critique 100 websites in a single video. However, I did pick a few random ones, including a couple people that I know personally. Just thought it'd be fun to kind of dive in and show you guys kind of what I think of certain websites and photography styles. And yeah, I think this video should be more helpful than harmful. I'm not trying to, degrade anybody or any sort of thing like that. I just honestly want to offer some advice at the very least. Obviously, I am excited to kind of dive into these websites. I haven't really looked at them too much, just so I have like an actual honest perspective on each of these images and how they look. Also, I'm going to be doing another one of these breakdown episodes over on my Patreon as well, where I kind of critique Patreon supporters' websites. So if you guys are interested in checking that out, along with any sort of other Patreon exclusive content, if you guys haven't heard, we launched a Patreon channel. Really excited about it, and we're going to be uploading about as regularly as we do on this YouTube channel, so about once a week. And we're doing everything from gear reviews to breakdowns before I go on a photo shoot, to hopefully some BTS on some photo shoots as well, some business, career advice, and really just, a lot of really cool, interesting information that I think should be pretty helpful for all of you guys as well. So if you're interested in checking that out, the link is down in the description. Thank you so much to everyone who has already become a patron. Much appreciated. And if you guys want to check it out, again, link is down in the description below. But without further ado, let's go ahead and dive into this episode today, where we're going to be critiquing some websites. First and foremost, we have Jordan Voth. I think it's Voth or Voth. I'm honestly not sure. The funny thing about Jordan is I feel like him and I have so many mutual friends. We've actually never met in person, which is crazy. I followed Jordan on Instagram for many, many years, and he's definitely one of my favorite wedding photographers, if not my favorite wedding photographer. I think he just does such a good job of capturing really like a couple's like essence, and like their own personal style, all while also kind of maintaining his own unique look and personal style that he's developed over the years. His website obviously is incredible. It's very well thought out, and I really love the layout. It's very easy to kind of browse through and really organized. Obviously, the images on Jordan's website speak for themselves, but I did want to kind of dive in a little bit and check out some of his work. All right, so here we have an intimate Yosemite wedding. I mean, that just by the sound of it, that sounds pretty great. First thing I just love about Jordan's website, obviously his photography style, it's just so natural. Like, it's so natural. It feels so intimate. And at the same time, I feel like he does a really good job of kind of separating himself from the image as the photographer. I think it's much more of like he's capturing a moment between two people rather than like he's a part of the moment. And I think that's a really cool way to capture weddings. Love the tones in every single one of his photos. I think he does such a good job at that. Just really, really clean. And I love the color, really natural. And, you can probably see why he gets hired so much as a wedding photographer, because he's just really talented. It looks like this is at Glacier Point in Yosemite, which is a beautiful spot. I love this black and white right here. This is one of my favorites of this set, I think. And yeah, I just love the way that he's able to capture all of this and make it feel really natural and, not super staged, which is really cool, especially for a wedding photo. Great job. Yeah, I mean, beautiful work. And I love, again, how he's organized all of these. He has multiple pages with tons of different collections that he calls stories. He has portraits and weddings. He has a section here for his travel, where he's going to be throughout the year. So if you want to book him, if you guys are also wedding photographers, I think this is a great idea. It's a great way to, be able to piggyback shoots off of each other. If you're already going to be in a location, maybe someone wants to hire you for a quick portrait session for the night and you have some time. This is a great idea. Also, this is a crazy travel schedule for 2021. That's nuts. He's going everywhere. Wow. Santorini, Cabo, Sayulita, Mexico, Oregon. Wow. Awesome. Very, very cool. So something else that I love about Jordan's site as well is he's separated the commercial work that he does from his wedding work. And I think that is really important. It allows you to basically have different styles on different websites. They're going to attract different kinds of clientele, and he does a really good job of separating those two. Now, I know that he shoots a lot for I think it's his fiance's or wife's store, which is in Seattle. I've actually been a couple times. I think it's called September. So I think that's what a lot of these photos are. But I really love these photos as well. I think they're different than his wedding photos, but they're still uniquely him with his own style. And again, he's done a great job of laying these out. Yeah, these are great. Oh, there's my friend Julia. Yeah, it's a cool thing because Jordan's from Seattle, so we have a lot of really cool mutual friends. And yeah, these photos are killer. I love these. Really, really nice. The color in Jordan's photos are like pretty much perfect. He does such a good job of keeping the color consistent throughout an entire set, and I think that's probably one of my favorite things that he does. And I love his wide variety of different compositions. I love this one right here. This is a great photo for Bridge and Burn, which is a cool Northwest-based clothing company. These are great. So nice. Love these ones. Really, really nice. And again, I think he does just a great job here of organizing all of the different kinds of shoots that he has done. And yeah, it really clean, really easy to kind of follow and find different collections of images. Has a contact section here as well, and looks like some prints. And yeah, really, really nice, really clean. And again, I think really important to note how he has separated this from his wedding work as well. So great job, Jordan. Obviously, not really a lot to critique. His photography is amazing. If you guys want to check out his website, it will be linked down in the description below. All right, moving on here now, we have Ethan Hill. And first things first, I love these first couple images here. I like the idea of adding, your favorite images at the very beginning of your website. I think that really is kind of what draws the viewer in and allows them to explore your work a little bit more in depth. I love this photo right here. It looks like Arizona, if I had to guess. Really clean. Love the composition, really nice. I think looks like Saguaro National Park, just outside of Tucson, if I had to guess. Love this photo, love the movement. If I had a recommendation, I would definitely say more shots like this, more movement, more interesting compositions. When I look at the rest of this stuff, it's less movement. There's not, there's a couple shots here of a guy on a bike and some people walking. But I think the more movement that you can have, the better. And I really love kind of what these three images kind of solidify, especially because this is the commercial section of Ethan's website. I would say explore this a little bit more, explore the style in these first couple images and apply that to the rest of kind of the work in this portfolio. I would say also something that's really important to note, and I think this would help a lot of you guys as well, is you don't have to have tons of images in your website to make it stand out. I think it's really important to just pick the very best ones. Here, I would say there's a lot of kind of random images that don't really fit the look and feel of the first couple images in the top of this section of his website. And not the end of the world, but I think if you want your style to be more consistent and solidified, I would say start to reduce the amount of images that you have on your site just to the ones that you're really, really proud of and feel like represent you as an artist. And then you can go from there and see where that takes you. I really love these suitcase photos, by the way. They're really clean. Love the nice lines. Yeah, these look great. Love this one. I think more of this kind of style. I like this a lot. If these were up towards the top, I think that'd be a great idea. Let's go ahead and head over into the portrait section. Now, right off the bat, I think this is a really strong image. This feels really natural, and I love the grain in here. Colors are great. Composition is really interesting. And then kind of when I look at the rest of these photos, I would say that they feel a bit more posed versus this photo feels really natural and less staged. A lot of the time, even just not having eye contact with your subject helps kind of, make the image feel a little bit more candid. And I would say that in this, scenario right here, I'll probably add more photos like that feel less staged, less posed. A nice variety of different subjects in here. I would say adding some diversity would be a great idea as well, not only in ethnicity, but age as well. It's nice to just have a wide variety of different subjects on your, that just to show potential clients that you can shoot anybody, and you have shot multiple different kinds of people over the years, really to allow you, just the opportunity to shoot different kinds of projects down the road. But overall, I do like the color palette, especially this photo right here, I think is really killer. So I think focusing on the style of this image right here specifically and kind of running with that, seeing where that takes you. Here we have Thomas. He is a fitness and sportswear photographer. And right off the bat, I think these first couple images here really stand out to me. They're really strong in the way that, they're lit. Looks like natural lighting for the most part. But I also love the compositions. I think they're really interesting. I like this like sort of collection here. This could also be like a standalone collection, I think, on its own, just of this specific model here with the really nice light. These images feel very unique and interesting. I think when I look at the rest of these, they don't pair as well with that first collection as they could potentially. So I think down the road, taking this style right here and applying it to the rest of your work, if that's the direction you want to go, or maybe it's a different kind of style that you've found an enjoyment shooting. I think whatever that style is, this would be my recommendation. I feel like these images feel strong and unique, and I would try to kind of explore this style a little bit more and see where that takes you. But I do like the overall color palette in a lot of these photos, especially those first ones. I do love these as well. These feel very similar to the ones on the top of the website, just in the way that they're lit, and they feel very natural. They don't feel like super staged. But I think the most important part is these harsh shadows. I think the harsh shadows are really interesting and unique, and that's a nice way to kind of expand upon your style as a photographer. These look really nice as well. These are a bit more bright. Love the use of lines here in this image. This is really interesting. And yeah, these look really nice. I would say this seems like the only section on your website. There is a motion section, obviously, with some videos here as well. But I would say on the stills side of things, the photography side of things, I would start to expand a little bit and start shooting a lot more of the kind of style that you want to be kind of working on. And don't be afraid to have, a smaller amount of images on your site instead of, feeling the need to just put up random images. I think the more that you can trim down the image selection to ones that you actually enjoy, and then from there you can really hone in on your photographic style and start exploring that a little bit more. I think that will really help you a lot. All right, next here we have Claudia, and right off the bat, really interesting and unique compositions. I love the pairing of images here. I think pairing images is like such a cool way to showcase not only your eye for composition and color, but also like which images look nice with each other. So it shows that you understand, from a collection standpoint, like what looks nice next to each other, which, clients might really like that because it shows that you understand the whole vision rather than just a single image. And I love these studio shots, love how crisp and clean the work is. The skin tones look really nice. I love how interesting and unique everything is. It doesn't feel very staged or posed. Some of these just feel really like I love the natural feel to this. I love this image. I love like the eye contact from the girl on the right here, and then like the lack of eye contact from the subject that's actually in focus feels very, very cool. I like that a lot. Again, a really nice pairing of images here. Love the close-ups. I think the really nice like kind of telephoto shots look really clean. Looks like some editorials on here as well. These are sweet. What's this one? Yeah, these are cool. I like the use of nature. I would say, if anything, maybe explore the use of nature in your photographs a little bit more, just to see where that kind of takes you. I like these a lot. These feel very like in the moment, and I think the more that you can kind of explore that, it looks like there's quite a few actual nature-based collections on this website, which look amazing. I love these right here. Love that detail shot. This one right here is killer. Yeah, exploring, I think, more nature, I think, would be really cool in tandem, obviously, with shooting some subjects. I think looks really cool. I love the use of multiple people here as well. I think the more that you could explore that as well, instead of shooting a single person, I would love to see like what you could do with that. But overall, I love this website. I think it's really well done, and I love how simplistic it is, but it also gets the point across, that like this is my style, this is what I want to be shooting. And from there, you can really start to just explore and hone that craft and that style over time. And this is a great example of just having a really simple yet elegant website presented in a way that really, the viewer gets a really good idea of what this person is capable of as an artist. So great job. All right, here we have Ryan. Looks like there's several different sections here. Let's focus on the lifestyle section. Right on. This is nice. Love this. Looks like this was lit externally from sort of strobe. Looks killer. I like the wide variety of subjects here. This is nice. I would say, if anything, specifically on this lifestyle section, probably trim this down just a little bit. I love the use of flash here. I like the different kinds of compositions. I would say trim this down as much as you can, and then start kind of solidifying a little bit more of a style with this. Overall though, I really like this. This looks nice. The lifestyle section. Let's go ahead. I think go back to the home pages, like his actual main portfolio. These look really nice. A lot of this looks like film. I don't know if it actually is, but it looks like it. The colors are nice. Yeah, love this shot right here. Love these two. This one of the girl on the skateboard and this guy on the field like stretching. This portrait is killer. More stuff like this. More like up close. Yeah, there we go. As I keep scrolling, that appears. This looks really nice. Really, I love it. Looks great. I think it seems like the main focus here is on people. So maybe like, I would say maybe make a separate section for like some of the landscape work or work that doesn't have people in it, and make this like, you know, like the center point, the focal point of your website. I love this photo. This is really nice. Dang, you guys are all so talented. These look killer. Yeah, I would say focus on people for this main page, and then also maybe make a separate section for like travel-based images and landscape-based work. But I think to me, the strongest, what's the most strong in terms of images on this first page is definitely like people and like life and lifestyle images. So maybe trim down everything else, focus on that as your main sort of focal point, and then from there, see where that kind of takes you and start exploring that work a little bit more. Because I think the strongest point of view to me is definitely this like lifestyle and people-based work, which is killer. Looks like there's a blog as well. Let's check this out. It's an editorial shoot. Yeah, these are great. See, I like this, like how there's like a separate section for different kinds of work. And I think the more that you can separate that, like people are able to just kind of find what they want and take a look at it that way. But I really like how this website is laid out. Honestly, Ryan, great job. Again, love the actual portfolio images on the first page of your website, kind of the landing page. Again, I would say just to start trimming that down to mostly people, and then having a different section on your website for your travel and your landscape-based work. But overall, great job. Looks great. And finally here we have Vika. She is a still life and looks like portrait photographer as well. Right off the bat, I think the still life is what's the most strong to me. The light is beautiful. I've never really shot still life ever, so I find still life very interesting to look at and very unique. This looks really nice. Let's actually just go back to the photographs section here. Love the up close portraits. This is really nice. Love the use of light. Really interesting. I would say like this, especially this photo and this portrait down here as well, and some of these still life images. I would say it looks like expanding upon the style that you already have is going to be pretty key. I think having some more images in different kinds of scenarios, but also that have a similar style to what you have here would be really beneficial. The more that you can do that, the more that it's actually really going to allow you to solidify your style a little bit more. But I would say overall color palette is great. Composition is really interesting and unique. And I love the use of motion and double exposure. Like here, this is such a cool image. It looks like a double exposure from what I can tell. We have like the sun beaming into the room. We have a bed, and yeah, looks really rad. Love photos like that. I would say just have a little bit more of this work. It's almost a little bit, it's almost not enough images. Like I want to see more. I want to kind of dive into your work just a little bit more. So maybe if there's another way to add more images to your site, that'd be great. That's what I would say. It looks like here's like some collections. This is a collection from that same shoot. See, this kind of work right here, I think is killer. That some of the stuff on the front page of your website would be perfect because it just showcases a little bit more of what you can do as a photographer. Especially some of these down here. Like I love these last two images. If you can, put that on the first page of your website, I think that would be great. Just so it kind of showcases again your style as the artist. But overall, really, really nice. Great job. All right, so that concludes reviewing some of your guys' websites. Hopefully you enjoyed that. To everyone who submitted me a website, obviously, thank you so much. I didn't really get the chance to check out all of yours, obviously, but to the people that I did, amazing work. Honestly, it's so fun to be able to get to dive in and check out some of your guys' work. If you guys want to watch any sort of in-depth breakdown of someone's website or maybe one of your favorite photographers, definitely head over to Patreon and let me know. That's kind of where I'm going to be starting to do more videos like this, more information-based videos. This channel is going to become a lot more visual. It's going to become a lot more about actually taking pictures rather than the information and the specs behind the camera. And overall, I'm just really excited for both of these spaces to be able to, kind of exist at once. But thank you so much, as always, for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this one. Before we wrap up today's episode, I did want to thank today's sponsor, which is Canva, for sponsoring today's episode. Canva is the first touch point for people when it comes to video creation, with thousands of stunning templates made by design experts. As a photographer, I really don't have a great eye for design, so when it comes to YouTube thumbnails, video assets, and logo animation, Canva really makes sense as the one-stop shop for all things design, especially with its user-friendly interface. With the Canva Pro subscription, you're able to gain access to millions of premium images, stock videos, and music to use in your videos and creative projects alike. Within Canva's toolkit, you can seamlessly collaborate with your team for all things design through Canva Pro. If you're interested in checking out Canva for yourself, check the link in the description for an extended 45-day free trial of Canva Pro. Thank you so much to Canva for sponsoring this episode. Thank you to all of you guys as well for watching, and we'll see you next week.